Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry. Uh, am I audible to all of you? If anybody could help me in the chat box. Can you all hear me? Audible? Yes? Saurabh, Shrivalli, Joseph. You all can hear me, right? Perfect. Thank you. Uh, Allow me to introduce myself. This is Professor C.S. Sagar Tolani from JK Shah Classes. I have been teaching to company secretary students at all three levels, right from 2015. I'm associated to these classes for 10 years. I teach law subjects at all three levels of CS. By qualification, I already mentioned that I'm a company secretary, a registered advocate to Bombay High Court, and I also completed my master's in law. This entire webinar is going to be in English language, and I'll try to wind it up maybe next 40-45 minutes. What points we are going to cover in this webinar, just let me give you an index about it. We will be discussing about who is company secretary, what are the jobs or roles of company secretary, what task a company secretary perform, what options available to you once you become a company secretary. Most importantly, the academic part, how many levels do we have, within how many durations or within how many years we will be in a position to complete this course. Also, what is a salary package a company secretary earns considering 2026 or later dates, and what all subjects we have in the very first level of company secretary. I hope the students who are attending this orientation are the one who have just completed their PUC II exams, right? And they are willing to know more about company secretary course, right? So let us take first thing first. Who is a company secretary, right? So if I have to go by law, so there is a law in this country called as Companies Act 2013. Companies Act 2013 clearly mention that company secretary is a key managerial personnel. And for your information, my dear friends, when you read the definition of key managerial person under Companies Act 2013, you understand that only there are selective people who are called as key managerial person. And if I have to name them, those selective people, one is managing director, other one is CFO, right? Then there is company's CEO, then there is whole-time director, full-time director, and then there is company secretary. Only these people are designated with this position called as key managerial personnel. What does key managerial personnel people do? Firstly, they are all into strategic decisions. For example, if you're going to work with a company called as HUL, right? HUL, Hindustan Unilever Limited. You're going to work with a company called as Hindustan Unilever Limited. So whatever will be the strategic decisions or whatever will be the strategic policies, those policies are going to be made by KMP peoples, and those decisions will be executed by KMP peoples. So the primary job of company secretary is to be a part of top level management, where he will be asked questions before the management takes a decision. Obviously, those questions for company secretary will be more related to law and compliances, right? Because even though company secretaries are KMPs, but their main job is to take care of legal formalities and compliances within the company, right? So irrespective of any size of the company or a structure, it is very necessary, it is mandatory by law to appoint a CS, right? So the very first question which has in everybody's mind that, sir, is it availability of job, like whether jobs are available for company secretaries? So my dear friends, there is no question of availability of job. There is a question that as per the law, it is mandatory for the companies to appoint a company secretary, right? We'll be discussing about specific areas which company secretary explore when they are into employment, right? When they are doing job. So they explore certain areas, right? So before I jump to the roadmap to your CS journey, let us just discuss what are those other areas which company secretary explored, right? So I'll give you one more example. There is a company called as Britannia. If you people have heard a company named Britannia. So there are n number of laws which are applicable to Britannia, right? There are so many laws which are applicable to Britannia. Like for example, Consumer Protection Act, Contract Act, Companies Act, Intellectual Property Act, right? And then they are also subject to direct taxation laws, corporate laws, security laws. Now the question is, there are so many laws which are applicable to Britannia. The question is whether the Britannia is following those laws. The laws which are applicable to Britannia, the question is whether they are following those laws, whether they are complying with those laws, right? Now, to find out whether they are following those laws or not, it is important to meet a company secretary of Britannia, because it is a job of company secretary of Britannia to ensure that whatever laws are applicable to Britannia, he should ask the company to follow the same. Why, sir? Because if the company do not follow the applicable laws, they will be attracted to heavy penalties and fines. In fact, the key people may be got arrested if they do not comply the compulsory laws. So the primary job of company secretary inside the company is to ensure that their company is complying. Complying means following all the laws which are applicable to it, right? So whenever some changes are being introduced by the government of India in any law, it is the job of company secretary to get that change amended, to get that change implemented in the organization also. Now, as you can see on the screen, the entire company secretary journey runs into three levels. Level 1 called as CSEET, right? Your first level. The duration is 6 months. The applicable attempt for those PUC II students, like the attempt which you should go for, is your October 2026 attempt. Even though CSET exams are conducted 3 times in a year, right? February, June, and October. But the most applicable attempt for PUC II students who have just written their exams is October 26, right? So if you start your CSET preparation maybe in the first week of April, is it possible to complete the CSET syllabus and to write exams in October 2026 for the first level of company secretary course? Answer is yes. It is very much applicable, right? So how does it is going to go with your college also? See, I'll just give you a simple example. Since I assume this, that people who are attending this webinar are PUC II students. They are waiting for their results. So maybe in a month or so, you'll get a result. Once you get a result, you will start go for your first year college, first year graduation. So along with your first year graduation, meanwhile, CSET will also go. So first year and CSET preparation will go hand in hand. In fact, the moment your colleges will start somewhere in August, September, or October, by the time you will prepare for CSET and you'll write exams in CSET, write exams in October for first level of CSET. Then you'll go to second level, right? Now, what is your second level? CS executive, right? The duration of second level is 1 year. So the people who passed, the people who cleared the first level of CSET, now what, sir? So they will now prepare for second level of CSET. And when we'll be writing exams for second level of CSET? In December 2027. The attempt will be December 2027. And meanwhile, you'll reach to your second year of your college, your SY graduation, SY BCom or SY BAF or SY, whichever college course you opt for, right? So your SY second year graduation will go hand in hand, right? Along with your CS executive journey, along with your executive journey. Perfect. Sir, as you said that CSET is given 3 times in a year, like there are 3 attempts in a year, that is February, June, and October. Is it same case in executive also? Yes. However, executive exams are being given twice a year. You can give it in June month also, or you can give it in December month also. But friends, executive syllabus is very huge. Executive syllabus is very much huge, and as well as it requires at least 6 to 8 months for a preparation. Not only preparation, in fact, for a coaching also. Like CSET only has 4 subjects, but CS executive has 7 subjects. So we need to prepare for 7 subjects. So if you cleared CSET in October, it is technically impossible to prepare all 7 subjects for June. Hence, I have not mentioned here June. I have directly mentioned December. So entire 1 year we will spend on coaching also and on preparation also, so that you should be in a position with multiple revisions, uh, 10 to 15 test series and prelim exams, and at least you should be internally satisfied that yes, I'm ready to write CS executive exams. So from October 26, once you clear EAT, then directly CS exams will be next year in December 2027. And hopefully, if you clear your second level of CS executive, you will move to the final level of CS course. What is the final level of CS course? CS professional, right? Again, it requires 1 year to prepare for CS professional. So as I said that if you cleared CS executive in December 2027, then you will be writing your third level of CS, that is CS professional, in December 2028. And meanwhile, you will be in your third year of BCom or third year of your graduation course. So your college graduation course and CS course will go hand in hand. Now, there may be a question in your mind, sir, how to manage both the things together. Firstly, my dear friends, it is not difficult, or you're not the only one who is going to manage, right? As I mentioned, I'm myself a company secretary. I have managed my college as well as CS, all 3 levels, along with the college. What is the good part? The good part is that whatever subjects you have in executive and double ET are the same subjects which you have in your first year, second year, and third year of college course, right? So there are same subjects only. The only thing is that college course subjects are less technical, they are less difficult, but CS subjects are more difficult. Like, for example, a subject named accounts in CS executive, or a subject named financial management in CS executive. The same subject we have in second year and third year of college course. So when you prepare for FM and CS, that will help you to prepare for your college subject also. So there is nothing like you have to study something new for your college and something new for executive. While preparing for executive, indirectly you'll prepare for your college exams too, right? So this is how the journey is going to go. So by December 2028, we are in 2026 now. So approximately in 2.5 years, if everything goes well, and if you give your hard work, if you are so much dedicated to this course, well focused and have proper goal to clear it in all first levels. If you clear all the levels in the first level, in the first attempt, so within 2.5 years, in fact, before you become a graduate, you will be writing your CS professional final exams. And if you clear those exams, you will be a company secretary before you become a graduate, right? And then what, sir? Then after clearing CS professional, you have 21 months internship. This will be a paid internship. And once you complete this internship, the institute which conducts this course, you know what is the name of that institute? The institute which conducts this course is Institute of Company Secretaries of India, ICSI. So the moment you clear your level 1, level 2, level 3, and also clear 21 months of internship. If everything, all the formalities are over, then institute will call you and give you a membership number. As soon as you get your membership number, you can allowed or you are allowed to use CS before your name, right? So whatever student sitting here, you are allowed to use CS before your name, right? So this is how the journey is all about. And as I already mentioned, that when you are into this journey, that doesn't mean that you're going to do this alone. Along with this, your college first year, second year, and third year will go hand in hand, right? So I'll ask you to choose a course in your college which is less difficult, which is less time consuming, right? If anybody has this question in mind that, sir, you only suggest which course we should go for, my personal suggestions would be that you should go for Bachelor of Commerce, BCom only. If not BCom, you can go for management studies or accounting, finance, right? That is the well sufficient courses of colleges which can be easily managed with CS. See, I'll tell you why I am asking you to go for BCom. The problem with this, with the company secretary courses, that it is very difficult. Except for the first level, second level and third level are difficult. Now, since these both levels are difficult, it requires something. What it requires? It requires huge amount of time. It requires a good preparation. It requires unlimited writing practice, unlimited hours of writing practice, right? So we need to do all these things so as to complete the second and third level. See, you will easily manage to clear the first level of CS, but second and third level are something which requires your dedication, your presence. So once you give presence to CS course, then only it is possible to get it clear. Managing colleges and CS will only be possible when your college pressure is less, when your college degree is not that difficult, it is easy to manage. So that will help you to run both the things parallelly. Right, moving ahead up after the roadmap to your CS journey. Right now, what scope do we have? If I become a CS, then what, sir? So now you have, if you become a CS, now you have two options. One, you go for employment. You can work with any company in this country, right? For your understanding, there are more than 10 lakh companies registered in this country, and this number goes on increasing day by day, right? And what will be your job when you work as a company secretary in any company? I already mentioned your job will be to take care of compliances, right? Company's compliance. Your job will be to take care of compliance. Secondly, your job will be to be a part of board meetings, right? You'll be attending all board meetings, ensuring that meeting conducted on time and all the agendas were discussed in the meeting, right? The minutes were made. Your job will be to interact with registrar of companies. Your job will be to interact with regulatory bodies like Securities Exchange Board of India, Telecom Regulatory Authority, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, right? Your job will be to ensure that company has filed their annual returns. Your job will be to ensure that if there is any dispute done by your company with any other party, so your job will be to get that dispute resolved, right? Your job will be to inform management about any changes in the law made by the government of India. So you have to keep your management updated, right? So this is about employment. Now, there is other option that you can do your own practice. What do you mean by do your own practice? You can start your own firm. Once you start a firm, you can give services to the clients. What kind of services? You can do company incorporation. You can do company winding up process. You can be a mediator to solve the dispute between two parties. You can file income tax return and GST return, right? Apart from this, you can give legal consultancy. You can help the companies to get merged. You can help the companies to form a joint venture. You can help the companies to get a proper interpretation if they are stuck. with respect to any particular matter which is of legal nature. You can represent a company before NCLT, right? So there are many options available in practice also. The only difference is practice is a process where you are your own boss, right? There is nobody there to command you. Okay, you are your own boss, right? You are the boss. However, in case of employment, obviously there will be people to whom you are answerable. So here you get a decent salary, and here you make of money by taking fees from your clients. The more the clients you have, the more the fees you will earn, right? And the more experienced you are, the more salary you earn. It is, if I have to just give you in a simple way, employment is less risky, right? And you get a fixed salary right from the day one. Practice is little bit more risky. Higher possibilities that you may not get clients earlier, or even if you get those clients, but you may not manage your investments, or you may not make any profits. But gradually, if you stick in practice, long run process, if you see, maybe in 3 to 4 years of down the line of your inception of your practice, you will start earning a decent amount of profit, right? So if I have to just sum up by giving you an example, once I completed my CS in 2014, I started taking a job. Went into a practice with a company called as L&T Infotech. So in L&T Infotech, I got a decent salary of, at that time in 2014, a decent salary of 55,000 rupees. I worked there for a year, and so I used to teach on Saturday and Sunday. So when I was working in L&T Infotech, whatever salary I used to earn, that I started putting for buying a house and solving all the financial crisis. So if any financial crisis or if any financial instability you have in your house, so then the employment is the best option. But if there is no such situation, your parents have made a good money, right? You have multiple houses. There are no debts on you. You do not have to bring your financial stability back. Then in that case, you can give a try to a practice, right? India being a country where startups are the current trending topics. So people generally prefer to go for practice. So it is very simple to understand whether I should go for employment or I should go for a practice on one single factor called as financial stability, right? See, you all are sitting here attending this webinar. You have one single mindset in your mind. The moment I complete my CS course, I'll start earning something. So employment gives you immediate earning. Practice give you not immediate earning, but remotely you'll start earning a good amount, right? I already mentioned there are only few designated KMPs, that is whole-time director, CEO, CFO, managing director, manager, and also a company secretary, right? Core responsibilities I already mentioned. You have to do audit, you have to manage meetings, you will be a corporate legal advisor, you have to file annual returns, you have to give compliance assurance, you have to be an advisor to your boards, right? Now, if anybody has this question that, sir, where it is written in the law that it is mandatory to appoint a CS. So, my dear friends, if you read section 203 of Companies Act 2013 and also read section 204 of same Companies Act 2013, it is clearly written that all the listed companies of this country must appoint CS. And if they do not appoint CS, SEBI will put penalties and fines on them, right? And not only listed companies, in fact, all unlisted companies of this country are also supposed to appoint a CS if their paid up share capital, is more than 10 crores, is 10 crores or more than 10 crores. Not only this, even private limited companies are being instructed that you have to appoint a company secretary if their paid up share capital is 10 crores or more than 10 crores. So they are required to appoint a CS, right? So the question is whether the profession, if I choose to be my career option, is it a demandable? Forget about the demand. The employment is mandatory by the law. And for your understanding, I just have to share one of the updated news. Ministry of Corporate Affairs is one of the ministry to the government. This ministry has decided to reduce this amount of 10 lakh to 7 lakh rupees in both senses. Imagine a situation if the 10 crore rupees reduced to 7 crores in both scenarios. So currently the companies whose paid up share capital is between 7 crore to 10 crore. Now the question is whether they are supposed to appoint a CS also once it becomes to 7 crore, 100% yes. So that by default increases the job opportunities, right? And see, the course which we are discussing about here in this webinar is not something which has been originated 2 years back or 5 years back or 6 years back. The CS course is as old as this country is. This course started in the year 1980s. The ICSI body was initiated in 1960s. So company secretary course is older than all of us attending this webinar, right? So the people who did company secretary in 1880s and 1890s, they did not even had this thought in their mind that whether whatever we are doing, does this profession or does the course has a scope in future or not, right? And I'm happy to say this, that I completed my CS in 2014. Since then, the awareness about this course has been gradually increased, right? Now at least a student from a commerce background knows that okay, I can do, if not CA, then I can go for CS, right? If not any other thing, I can go for company secretary course, right? See, I already mentioned there are a number of companies registered in this country, it's 25 lakh plus. The current data says there are 30 lakhs plus companies in this country. Now, the most important question, how many company secretaries have in this country? If companies are 25 lakh, how many registered company secretaries, how many there are? So if you see the current data, it has reached to 1 lakh now. So against 25 lakh companies, there are only 1 lakh company secretaries. Only 1 lakh. So it itself explains that the course is in demand. The course has a value that gives you an opportunity to use CS before your name. And that itself is a dignity. It is like winning a lifetime achievement award, right? So down the line, when I complete my 40 years or when I complete my 50 years, something I will be proud about myself that okay, I have, even if I have done nothing in the life, but at least I have this degree with me. Okay, I have put all my effort, all my dedication, all sacrifices I have done to have this degree. So even after 20 years or after 15 years of my life, this word CS before my name will itself defines that what I have done to achieve this, right? So why demand is growing? Now the very biggest question, like why? So the very important thing is that after 2014, since the new government has come into power, right? So there have been huge regulatory expansions, right? Earlier there was only one body called as SEBI. Now we have Competition Commission of India. We have Telecom Regulatory Authority. We have a Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India. So these regulatory bodies are going on expanding in this country. So if a company has to interact with any regulatory body, the only link between both of them is a company secretary. After 2014, India is very much serious about governances. Governances, if your company is well governed, if your company is serious about governances, it clearly indicates that company will not fall, company will not shut down, company will not come with any financial frauds, company will not commit any scams. 2014 is a year after which it has been clearly instructed to all the companies of this country that if you are not serious about governances, then government will take a strict action. You already know that companies outside India, they are happy to come to India, they are happy to start working here, they are happy to do manufacturing and production here in this country. That itself requires That itself is an evidence that they require company secretaries to take care of their work, right? So there is a high demand by default, since risk management, startup ecosystem, I already mentioned India is into current startup ecosystem. So do they require a company secretaries to see, in simple words, from incorporating a company to winding up a company, and in between to running a company, you need a company secretary, right? Right from starting till closing it, and in between to run it. At all three levels, you required a CS. Without him, without her, you cannot run your company. In fact, without him or her, you cannot start the company, right? And as I mentioned, there are people who have done these courses, who have done company secretary course in 1980s and 90s. These are the people: Dev Vajpayee sir, K. Seturaman sir. If you just go and Google their salaries, you just have to find out how much per year they earn from their companies. A company secretary to Reliance Industries Limited, a company secretary to Hindustan Unilever Limited. How much they earn, just go and Google it. I don't want to uh, disclose the salaries of these people. These are the people who decided to choose company secretary as a course in 1980s and 90s, which means 25 years back, 30 years back. Don't you feel that their parents must have asked the question that whatever you're doing is just a 10 years old course? How much money you will make? In fact, they even don't know that after 26 to 26 years, 27 years, we'll be earning and per annum package into crores, right? These are the highest paid company secretaries of this country, by the way. I don't disclose the amount. You can go and check it. You can just Google it. Not only this, these are again, few more inspiring companies. Preeti Malhotra madam. She used to be a president of Institute of Company Secretaries of India during the days when I was a CS student. A chairman to Smart Bharat Group. Peace and Care sir, legal advisor to ICICI Bank, again a company secretary. Just go and check their salaries. These people are highly paid company secretaries of this country. And how is it possible that their salaries are disclosed? Because the company in which they work, it is mandatory rule of government of India that you have to disclose salaries of your directors and company secretaries. All KMP salary is supposed to be disclosed in annual returns, because those annual returns get published in Times of India, those annual returns get published in Economic Times. Those annual returns are available on the company's website. So it is easy to understand how much these people are earning. And hence we all call them high paid company secretaries of this country, highly paid, right? Now coming back to, this is most important question from parents' point of view, that how much money we need to put, and the whatever money we will put, for how long that money will be into the course. And once I complete the course, what is the return on investment, right? So total cost, your ICSI registration fees of 3 levels, coaching fees, exam fees, study material fees, other stationery fees, everything will be covered in 1,85,000. Now 1,85,000 is not the fees of first level. 1,85,000 is not the fees of second level. 1,85,000 is not the fees of third level. 1,85,000 is the fees of entire course. And again, you do not have to pay 1,85,000 rupees to somebody on the very first day. As and when you approach or you progress in CS course, accordingly you are supposed to pay it. For example, if you are in first level of CS, that is CSEE, so you have to pay ICSI registration fees, you have to pay exam fees, you have to pay coaching fees. Then level 2, again registration fees, exam fees, coaching fees. Level 3, registration fees, exam fees, coaching fees, right? And some stationery you will buy at all 3 levels. So cumulatively, if I total up or if I sum up all the money you will be spending in all 3 levels of CS, is somewhere around 1,85,000 to 2 lakh rupees. Now, what is an average package of a company secretary in 2026? So company secretaries earn from 8 lakh to 10 lakh per annum, right? 8 to 10 LPA. As a fresher company secretary in currently 2026, they are being paid, right? So forget about this package. I already mentioned that you have to do an internship of 21 months. So you'll be doing an internship of 21 months, right? So this internship which you will do, I already mentioned that this is a paid internship. So I presume that you will get 20,000 rupees as an internship salary. And this you have to do for 21 months. So 20 months multiply by 20,000. It is 4 lakh rupees. Right? 4 lakh 20 rupees, 4 lakh 20,000 by default, but 21 months, I'll just cover 20 months only. So 20,000 multiplied by 20 months, 4 lakh rupees is something you're going to earn in your internship only. So whatever money you paid for CS course is already been written to you, right? So if I have to just find out the net surplus, I round it 1,85,000, I'll round it to 2 lakh rupees, considering inflation rate. Still, net 2 lakh rupees we are in positive is the return on investment. And how much duration it is going to take? I already mentioned 2.5 years, right? Once you're done with your internship, then you'll become a fresher CS, and then your salary will start. So this is why the company secretary course is an evergreen demanding course for no more than 60 years, not 60 years, 45 years, right? So let's discuss about how many subjects do we have in the very first level of CS, right? Now I'll name few subjects which I'm pretty much sure that you already studied in your PUC 1 and PUC 2. Business communication, it is just a name of the subject, but it is nothing but an English. This subject talks about more grammars, punctuation marks, framing of sentences, because English or a language is something which should be very much sharp if a person is company secretary. Then you have accounts. The same accounts, bookkeeping, we call it as, which you had in your 12th standard also, right? In your PUC 2 also, right? Same thing, right? Next, economics and business environment. Economics, micro and macro, we already studied in PUC 2. Business environment is nothing but organization of commerce or management subject. Then only thing which is very new for you or you're going to give more time is law subject. This is something new for you. Rest everything, it is there, it was there in your PUC 1 and PUC 2. Everything was there. In fact, management and organization of commerce, all those subjects were also there. Each subject is for 100 marks. So total first level of CS, that is called as CSEET, is for 400 marks, right? First three papers are subjective. Subjective means we are supposed to write answers to all the given questions in brief, descriptive answers. Hence, you get a 3 hours time for all the papers. Last paper, that is business law and management, is an MCQ based subject. Hence, you require 2 hours time. The time frame is 2 hours only to complete the exam. Now, what is the passing criteria? So, to pass first level of CS, you need to score aggregate of 400, 50% aggregate of 400. Now, 400 is total marks. So, we need to score 50% on aggregate basis. So, what is 50% on aggregate basis? That is 200. You need to score 200 marks. But this is one condition. What is other condition? In each subject, we need 40 marks, 40%. So, this is how we are supposed to clear. See, pay attention, understand this. So, if I got 45 in business communication, 50 in accounts, 40 in environment, and 40 in business law and management. So the question is, am I considered to be pass, sir? Because I have got 40% in 40 or more than 40 in each subject. So am I considered to be pass? What do you think? Is it pass or fail? Let's calculate because we need to get 200 or more than 200, right? So 40 is 80, right? And if I add 50, it is 130, right? So 80 plus 50 is 130 plus 45 is 175. So is it considered to be pass, sir? No, it is considered to be fail, right? So you not only have to score minimum 40 in each subject, but you also have to make sure that your total should be 50% of aggregate. So if I get, say, for example, 50 here, 60 here, 40 here, and then again 60 here. So I was just discussing about the marks. Minimum 40 we have to score in each subject and total should be 200 or more than 200. Now, important thing. Once you clear your CACT and once you get the CACT result, within 1 year of result declaration, you need to register for next level, that is executive level, because the validity of first level result is 1 year, right? See, understand one thing. Once you clear your first level of CS, the registration of second year has to be done within 1 year. Many people do confusion here. Once you clear your first level of CS, the registration of second level has to be done within 1 year. Now, what if you do not register? So if you do not register within 1 year of clearing CSET, your CSET result will be lapsed. It will be declared cancelled. And you have to again write CSET. So once CSET is done, first level of CS is done, registration of second level has to be done within 1 year. Right? Otherwise, your result will be failed or your result will be cancelled. Right? Moving ahead, when to register for CSET and how much to pay for registration. See, two things we have to take care of. CSET registration dates, and once we are done with registration, then if we are ready to write exams in October 2026, so for writing exam in October 2026, we have to pay examination fees also. So two things we will be paying to whom? To Institute of Company Secretaries of India. These two things we'll be paying them. First, registration fees. How much it is? 7,500. What is the validity of this fees, sir? This validity of this fees is 3 years. What is this validity, sir? Supposingly you give your exam in October, but you did not clear. Can you give it again in February? Yes. So for February, do you have to pay 7,000 rupees again? No. You do not have to pay 7,500 rupees again. So this money which you pay 7,500 as a registration fees will be valid for 3 years. And in these 3 years, you can give CSAT attempts if you could not clear the previous attempt. Right? So once registration is done, when it is to be done? 16th February to 31st May. 16th February to 31st May is the registration period. If you cross this date, then you will not be allowed to give exam in October. So registration for CSET has to be done between 16 February to 31st May. Where to register? You have to go to ICSI website, icsi.edu. Now once registration is done, next what, sir? Next, in the month of July, from 1st July to 7th August of this year only, because we are writing exams in October. So in the month of July to 7th August, what we will do, we'll fill an exam form. What we'll do, we'll fill an exam form. How much exam form fees is, sir? 1,500 rupees. And why do we have to pay this exam form, sir? See, because your exams will be conducted from a dedicated center. You will go there, you will take an answer sheet, you will write answers, everything. They'll check. So to manage all these things, they need some money. They need some cost. They have to bear some cost. So this is how they take cost from you only by asking you to pay 1,500 as an exam form fees. Now, supposingly you have done your registration between February to May. Registration is done. But for because of any reason you could not do the preparation. Your preparation did not well. Maybe you are not well. Maybe there was some family issue. Maybe something happened because of which you could not prepare. Then what, sir? then you can avoid filling exam form. And once you avoided exam form filling process, you will not be allowed to give exam in October. If you cross this date and not fill the exam form, so then you will not be allowed to give exam in October. Then later I can give, sir. After October, you, as you said, there's a February attempt. Can I go for February? Yes. But for February, do I have to pay again registration fees or only exam form fees? So my dear friends, then in that case, only exam form fees is to be paid, not the registration fees. Why? Because registration fees is already paid. So exam form filling has to be done only on the based that your preparation is going or whether your preparation is somewhat preparation is done, right? So exam form filling is purely dependent on how your studies are going on, right? What if, sir, if I have done registration, I have filled exam form also, but I did not went for exams, then it will be declared absent. You will be declared absent. But if you do registration and did not fill exam form, so it means you're not ready to give exam. Reason, you have not filled the form. So in that case, sir, can I go for next attempt? Yes, you can go for next attempt, right? Next what, sir? Right now, as I said, we are preparing for this entire webinar is for October 2026. So CSCT exam will be when, sir? First week of October. When I can expect a result? Last week of November, right? Then, sir, then you need to register for executive within 1 year, as I already mentioned. You need to register for executive. Understood? You can take pictures of these things, or this entire thing will also be uploaded on our YouTube channel. I'll share the name also. You can take pictures from there also, right? Or if you want any slide to be there on the screen so that you can take a picture, I can share with you, right? Right. Benefits of pursuing CS course: you will be a KMP position, approximate law coverage, good remuneration. Dual qualification means you'll get one college qualification and one professional degree. One professional degree, one college degree, another one is professional degree, right? Now, since this entire webinar is conducted by JK Shah Classes and associated to JK Shah Classes for more than 10 years now, we have been producing Company Secretary All India Rank course now for more than 10 years. We started Company Secretary course in JK Shah Classes in the year 2015. And since then, we are teaching all levels of CS across India, right? And even in South India also, right? Chennai and Bangalore are the prime areas where we are conducting CS as an offline batches, right? So best teaching faculty you'll get. Sir, what if I could not attend any lecture? Do I get the recorded backup lectures? Yes. Will I get a study material from JK Shah Classes? Yes. We have been producing highest number of rankers in India. This itself is a proof. And JK Shah Classes is not the classes which have started 2 years back or 5 years back. This classes started in 1983. 40 years old legacy we have. Right? 40 years we are producing rankers in chartered accountants, company secretaries, cost management accountants, finance, CFAs. Right? So if in case if you have any problem, any query while attending the lecture, you did not understand anything, you want a particular topic to be repeated, you watch recorded lectures, you can speak to our teacher by getting your doubt resolved. Right? There's a dedicated helpline number for every subject where you can WhatsApp, and it is instructed to every teacher to reply on that message within 48 hours of checking the message. Right? So just do not doubt about the course. There are two type of doctors we see generally: a doctor with empty clinic and doctor where patients are waiting for a doctor's appointment, right? So this person who is running this clinic is also a doctor. This person who is running a clinic is also a doctor. But the difference of here, there are no patients, and here patients are waiting for appointment. This is not about the course because they both are doctors. So then what is the difference, sir? The difference is the person who is running this clinic has more knowledge, has studied more about the doctrine. He has now become an expert in his own field. He know how to tackle the patients. He know how to understand the disease. He know how to give a proper prescription. So make sure that only CS course. You should not only do CS course. You study in and out about the company secretary the corporate life of this country. You must read about the companies, what they are doing outside. See, till 12th, everything was structured and organized. It was been running in an organized way. But after 12th, you get wings. You can fly as per your own speed. You can fly as per your own plans. You can fly as high as you can. So this is the time you should start developing some skills. This is the time you should start gaining a knowledge about the course, about that profession you wish to be as a career option. Start being an expert in a particular field, right? As I mentioned, we have been producing all India ranks. December 23, all India rank 1 from JK Shah Classes. All India rank 2 again, December 23 from JK Shah Classes. All India rank 2 again. All India rank at executive level 2, 3, 11, 16. Right? So our first batch is started today. Right? Second batch is going to start from 1st of April. South students have two options. One, offline lectures they can attend. We have two centers in Bangalore. One in Malleshwaram. You can visit the branch, right? And one in Southern Circle, Jayanagar, right? Southern Circle. And other option you have is online live. If you are from Karnataka but not from Bangalore, you stay far from the Bangalore city, so you can attend online live also. In both the options, you will get recorded backup lectures. Lectures will be in only English language, study material, doubt solving, dedicated numbers. Whatever benefit offline student is getting, the same benefit will be given to online students. Right? About fees and everything, these are not the inquiry numbers for South India students. I'll just write them. I'll write here some numbers. You can directly speak to them. Just give me a minute. Or in fact, you'll get a message from our team also. Right? Just a minute. I'll share you some South dedicated numbers. And then I'll open up one-to-one doubt solving session. Anybody if having any query can wish to ask their doubt. Just allow me to write this number: 99 729 11065 is Malleshwaram number 98 455 80 513. This is South End Circle number and also online number. If you need to speak to me on WhatsApp, this is my number. I can help you about CS course. I can speak to your parents. I can speak in English, Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati, right? And my mother tongue Sindhi, right? So I'll be happy to answer your queries, right? So for enrollment admission, you can attend this from tomorrow. We are starting free demo sessions on YouTube. Our channel name is official JKSC CS. This is a YouTube channel name. From tomorrow, we'll be starting free 10 days demo sessions of all the subjects I mentioned above. Every subject will have two sessions. And then from 1st of April, we'll be starting a regular batch. Right? Now, anybody if having any query, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer your queries. Right? First question is a general doubt. Is the course a law-oriented course and involved mostly law subjects? At first level, you have a combination of management subjects, law subjects, and accounting subjects at first level. Second level, 80% law subjects and 20% subjects like tax, accounts, 70% law subjects and 30% other subjects like tax, accounts, and financial management. Now, when I say law, it means you do not only study company law, you studied wide range of law that are actively usable in this country, like Constitution of India, BNS Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, Companies Act, securities law, commercial laws, economic laws. Then at final level, you will study everything related to drafting, how to draft a notice, how to draft a lease deed, how to draft a mortgage deed, how to check compliances. You will study something about what kind of audit a company secretary can do. Can company secretary go for audits? So that will be studying at professional level. Final level is all about practicality. Second level is all about theoretical aspects of all the laws. And first level is, since it is an easy level, it is a combination of management, some environment subjects, law subjects, financial management subjects, accounting subjects. So it is a combination of all set of subjects at first level. Yes, any other doubt? You can unmute yourself. If I guess you have an option. You can unmute yourself and raise a doubt, or you can just put it in the chat box also. I'll be happy to answer your doubt. Any other doubt, please? Feel free to ask your doubts. The scholarship or fee concession, the question about CS registration fees, they're any which were very less. 7,500 is just a registration fees, right? Any scholarship and fee concession is completely based on the caste you belong. So when you do your registration, there are options of scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, people from army families, people from any people have any disability, EWS. So these kind of concessions which are available based on caste and on the section of society you belong. Yes. Any other doubt? Any other difficulty? Please feel free to ask any kind of doubt, any kind of question in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself also.
Hello, sir. This is Rachna. I have a doubt regarding CS.
Yes.
This is like I'm planning to choose BCom LLB, the 5 year course. So, is
Mm.
it good with coping up with CS and all, or is it difficult to do?
See, any which way doing law with CS is treated to be as an ultimate best option. Like first of all, if I have to answer your question based on the choice you are planning for, CS and law, or CS plus LLB, BCom LLB or only LLB, is considered to be the best option, best combination, right? The reason why? Because whatever subjects you are going to study in CS are the same subjects which you will have in your BCom LLB also. Or whatever subjects you will be studying in BCom LLB will also be there in CS. So question of that whether you'll face any difficulty to manage both the things, absolutely no. Right? I already mentioned that by qualification, I'm a company secretary, BCom graduate, advocate to Bombay High Court. I mean, it means I have completed LLB, and I have also completed masters in law. What is the purpose of me completing LLB and LLM despite being a CS? The only reason is that you do not study anything in LLB once you're already a CS. Why you do not study? Because whatever you have studied in your CS is itself sufficient to go and attempt to go and attempt LLB exams. So that is the best combination if you're planning to go for. You can 100% go for it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other doubt? Anybody?
Sir, I'm already in my second year of BCom LLB.
Okay,
I'm writing my fourth sem exam in June. So,
perfect.
like, is it easier for me to start my CS coaching now or after my 5 year course?
See, if you start, see, your BCom LLB is for 5 years, right?
Yes,
So now you are in second year.
yes.
So if you start CS like in this month, or if you start CS now, by the time you complete your 5 years BCom or 5 BCom LLB, you will also be completing your CS. So if you're planning to start after completing BCom, it means you'll give 3 more years then. So a thing
Okay.
which can be done along with BCom. So this is your BCom, and we are currently here. You have already completed the first level of BCom. So you're planning to start in the second year and after writing fourth semester. So I
Yes.
presume that once you complete your fourth semester, meanwhile you also have completed the first level of CS, right?
Yes, yes.
Plan for October, right? So the moment you reach to third year of your BCom LLB, you will reach your CS executive. The moment you go for fourth year, you'll be in your CS professional. So the moment you go in fifth year, you're already a CS, right? So now,
Yes, yes.
no qualification, like qualification ended here, college qualification ended here, professional degree ended here. Now you're already a CS as well as BCom LLB. Both the things are already been finished. So this is 100% a better option, 100% a better choice. The only thing is that you initially you may face some hardship to manage both the things, but if you start giving priorities based on the need, example, supposing you have college exams, so give more time to college subjects, right? And once there are no college exams, their CS exams are going to be there in the month time. Give more time to CS exams. So if you start balancing the things based on the need, 100% you will be completing both the things together. And this is what all the people, all the students here in Bombay or across India, they are been doing. They are managing their professional degree and college degree simultaneously, which you can also do. The only thing is that we need a skill to choose which is more important based on the current time. So if we are planning to do CS after completing 5 years, so my question is something which can be easily done together. What is the need of starting it after 5 years, after completing 5 years? So yes, you should go for CS along with your fourth semester or second year of your college course. And any which you are doing LLB. So by default, whatever you will be studying here in executive will help you in third year also, fourth year also, and fifth year also. And I can name them. See, I'm not discussing anything on random basis or just to impress you all, right? I can prove it, and then you can just go and check the facts. Executive subjects are similar to whatever subjects you have in third year, fourth year, and fifth year. In executive, you'll be studying Indian Constitution, you'll be studying Companies Act, you'll be studying taxation, you'll be studying some commercial laws, that is Contract Act, Partnership Act, the same subjects you have in third year also, or maybe having in second year, fourth semester also. So this will by default indirectly help you to take care of these things also. Understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, anybody, any other doubt? Perfect then. See, we'll be conducting such kind of webinars again uh, in the next weekend, that is upcoming Saturday, not tomorrow, upcoming Saturday and Sunday, next week, Saturday and Sunday, right? Around 28 and 29 March. So you may be getting details of those webinar also. Since you've already attended it and you have understood that how it was being went, how I conducted the webinar. So if any of your friend or if any of your relative, if any of your college group asking to give you an help about CS course, my humble request would be just forward those details to that person, right? And yeah, you can attend like the demo sessions from tomorrow, which are starting on our official channel, official JKC YouTube channel, right? You can visit this channel. We have uploaded so many things about company secretary course. This entire webinar will also be uploaded there, maybe by end of today's date. So if anybody wish to watch that webinar, you can share the link with them, right? And I presume that there are no other doubts and difficulties. I'll still wait for 2 minutes. If anybody has any doubt, can put in chat box or just unmute themselves and ask me the doubt. Otherwise, I have done my job, and then we are feel free to leave. Perfect then. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking out your time. Okay, thank you for giving your hour, and I wish you everybody a good day. Thank you.